Hey everybody, Ryan here with Rays Latest. Today we're going to talk about the trade between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Atlanta Braves, where the Rays acquired Brett Wisely and Ken Waldichuk, a left-handed pitcher, for a player to be named later or cash considerations. Brett Wisely, familiar with Rays fans, it was traded for Tristan Peters, who was then again just traded last month to the Chicago White Sox. And then Ken Waldichuk is 28 years old. He's only pitched in 42 games with the Athletics in 22 and 23. He missed out 24 and some 25. Had TJ, mostly been a starter over his career. In his minor league, in major league games, he's 6-11 with a 5.28 ERA. Hit a 4.0 in the minors, a fifth round pick back in 2019. Tristan Peters, 3 seasons with the Giants and the Braves. He hit 214 with a 584 OPS. Only played in about 168 games over that time frame in those 3 seasons. He can kind of play anywhere in the infield and a little bit of outfield. He plays second, short, third, sometimes center. He is a left-handed hitter. So the corresponding moves from the Rays perspective, though, to make room on the 40 man is we DFA'd 2 guys we just got, Osvaldo Bido and Sung Chae Ching, who we got last week, is now DFA'd again. And we'll kind of see if they clear waivers in return to minor league contracts or get claimed by somewhere else or in turn traded for cash or some things of that nature in the next couple days. We'll see. But this is kind of just one of those trades that it's not that it doesn't make sense, or it does make sense that a left-handed hitting infielder, kind of utility guy that could kind of play anywhere, familiar with the race system, kind of get him back in the fold. It's that's kind of the familiarity piece to it. Familiar with Brett Wisely. Waldichuk, rather, I haven't seen much on this guy until this trade recently. He doesn't have the craziest numbers from a production standpoint and from an earned run standpoint, and the limited amount of games that he has played at a big league level. And he is returning off of Tommy John this past season. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how the Rays decide to use him and if he could possibly get slotted into that fifth starter role, or if he's going to be a long relief guy, or if he's going to be kind of one of those, you use an opener, he comes in the second inning and pitches through the fifth kind of thing that we kind of used to see like Ryan Yarbrough do, things of that nature. So it's gonna be interesting to see kind of where these two get placed in the fold if they stay on the team for longer than a couple days, which I feel like has kind of been the ever growing trend this offseason of, oh, we just traded for this guy, or oh, we just signed this free agent, and then 4 days later he's DFA'd again to make room for another sign or another trade. And then that's kind of like a never ending cycle that I feel like we've kind of caught ourselves into. So it'll be interesting to see if they stick around and if they finally do end up making the final 40 man, or if they get released before then or traded, things of that nature. So we'll kind of see where they end up from a roster standpoint. But as of right now, I don't really have necessarily a problem with it. I do think it is a slight upgrade from Sung Chae Ching's addition last week. I think that Wisely brings more to the table than he did, in my opinion. And so I don't have any problems with it. I think it's decent. Let you guys let me know what you guys think about it. But I also kind of want to talk about today this vote that is going to be occurring on January 20th, to where there is a Hillsborough College District Board of Trustees is holding a special meeting January 20th to vote on a potential future home of the Rays. So I'll kind of just read the article here. It says the Hillsborough College District Board of Trustees is expected to hold a special meeting January 20th to vote on a deal that would make way for the Rays to turn the college's North Dale Maybury campus into a 110-acre mixed-use district with a new ballpark, according to sources with knowledge of the deal. Terms of the deal, which is said to be a land swap or conveyance arrangement, aren't known. So, for those of you that don't kind of know where this Maybury campus is, it's directly behind home plate of Steinbrenner Field. So it's right next to Raymond James. It's directly across the street. So if you're looking at Raymond James coming down Dale Maybury Highway, Raymond James is to the left. Steinbrenner's to the right. Maybury campus is right to that right as well. So it's kind of on the side of the road of the corner, catty corner of Maybury and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard here, there with Lewis Avenue, kind of that circle around it. So it's directly across the street. And I think this could be a perfect spot for a ballpark because you have Raymond James and you'll have the Tropicana Field or whatever they decide to name it at that point, all right next to each other. And if you have kind of the things that people have been seeing with major league ballparks kind of around the country recently, is you have that entertainment district kind of around the area that you've been able to go to a ballpark and you're not just going to watch a game. You're going to grab dinner, you're going to get beers at the bar after the game, before the game. There's shops around, there's theaters, there's concert venues. There's a bunch of things that kind of make your ballpark experience and your baseball experience a lot better. And I think that the addition of having both the Bucks and the Rays Stadium right next to each other, I think that this could be huge for both the Bucks and the Rays. I think that if you have that entertainment district and you have all of that kind of together, it's kind of like the Kansas City Royals and the Chiefs. There's not much of a entertainment district around there, but the stadiums are right next to each other, so it makes it just it's convenience for in terms of parking, where you might not you lose out on land to where the stadium currently is, but that's just where the campus is right now. So it's one of those where you kind of add the additional parking of both stadiums together and you can use them for Bucks games and Rays games at the same time. And it just makes the logistical aspects of it so much easier from a city perspective and from a fan perspective to just have them both right next to each other. And if you add the addition of the entertainment district along with it, it just adds to the fan experience and it just allows fans to be able to go get a drink, get some food, walk around, hang out with friends, and not just go and walk straight into Tropicana Field. And then when you walk out, the only thing that you can do in a 10-mile radius is go a block and a half over, and you have Ferg's and like two other bars right there, and that's about it. And so I think it'd be huge for kind of a fan aspect, and you're moving to the Tampa Bay side of the Bay, and so you kind of see that's always been the ever loving question of if the Rays weren't in St. Pete, would more people go? And I think that we kind of saw from Steinbrenner's perspective that that might not necessarily be the case, or people just didn't want to go watch a game at a minor league ballpark. Whatever it is from a fan perspective that kind of hindered that this season, because there's no reason that a professional baseball team shouldn't sell out a minor league ballpark every single game. You play 81 games at home, you should sell out 81 games at home at a minor league ballpark that holds 10,000 people. You should do that, especially being in Tampa. So it's interesting to see. Please let me know what you guys think about it, especially what you guys think about the trade. And I'm kind of curious what you guys think about the addition of possibly having the new stadium right next to Raymond James and kind of have that entertainment district kind of intertwined between the two. But you guys have a great one, and please let me know what you guys think.